I've covered Tai Kamiya and TK Takashi. I've covered Joe Kito and Mimi Tachikawa. And with the allies and enemies of the Digidestined, it's time to look over the Miscellaneous Digimon for this set. These Digimon don't make appearances in the Digimon Adventure series, and I'm not up to date on my Digimon Secret reads, so some of these may be in the wrong category. But for manageable chunks, I felt this was the right direction. Gotsumon is a red Digimon that has a when attacking effect that deletes one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. Migrating from blue, this Digimon goes for a more destructive element that's overall not typically utilized in the competitive scene. But for removal, it's fairly decent in a sealed setting, especially if players build more towards a Rookie Rush concept. With Gotsumon, this Digimon joins the Floodgate family as the red Digimon that prevents players from playing Digimon by card effects. Meaning now Pillowmon and Pomumon are not the only colors that have them. At some point, Bandai will release all Floodgates for the respective colors. I just hope it's never a mainstream Digimon like Agumon, Gabumon, Wmon, or Impmon. Monochromon returns as yet another blocker, this time having no text to attack with, but the trade-off being its stat line and Digivolution cost. It's no longer 1-cost Evo, nor is it big and beefy, but a blocker I shall take for even a sealed setting. Triceramon also becomes a member of Raid, though as a Ceratopsian Digimon it might become an addition to Dorbigmon decks, as a secondary element to control the board, though I honestly can't see it being played for the fact that it doesn't have an abusive inheritable. Which closes out the red cards with Dino-Rexmon. This Digimon has a when Digivolving Blitz effect, and an all turns effect that while your opponent has one or more memory, your opponent can't play Digimon with a DP of 6000 DP or less, and this Digimon gets 4000 DP. Though it's X-Antibody, I do wish this Digimon also counted as a Tyrannomon to allow for bigger stacks. It counters decks like D-Brigade and Lugumon, assuming the memory is one or more. But because it's an archetype of dinosaur, it isn't as readily fleshed out, which is where this card ultimately has its shortcomings. For blue cards, Sayakomon also returns with a simple evade. Nothing too crazy, but could be a Digimon that survives long enough to get the last damage and sealed. Funny enough, I mentioned this in the last video with Shellmon, forgetting the video came after villains. But moving to Digimon, this yellow variant has an on-play and when Digivolving effect that lets you place one Tamer card from your hand on top of the security stack. Could this be a potential level 6 in Shine Greymon? I don't think so. But its all turns once per turn effect allows you to play a level 3 Digimon from hand without paying cost when a Tamer is played. So if your opponent checks a Tamer in security, well, you just gotta add another body to the board. One other concept I have in mind right now is an Agumon Bond of Bravery deck. But we'll see what happens. Kunmon, on play, allows you to suspend this Digimon and reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add one green card among them, and then bottom deck the rest. Problem is this Digimon would suspend itself, making it a target to run over. Kodokugumon is a level 3 Digimon for Dokugumon, and on play by suspending one of your Digimon, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. It's a Samadhi Santi on a body. Okuamon adds another variant to Grandest decks, though Grandest decks aren't doing too hot with Grand Kuwagumon limited to 1. This variant has an end of opponent's turn effect, once per turn, but that by suspending one of your Digimon, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and add 2 green Digimon cards among them, and place the rest on the bottom. This Digimon doesn't have an inheritable, so at this point I don't know whether I choose to play it or not. For the most part, leaving your Digimon exposed in the battle area can be a problem. With more Digimon getting raid and option cards that can remove it, it's a gamble. Panyamon makes another return. A simple Digimon with piercing and when Digivolving effect that suspends one of your opponent's Digimon. It's also treated as having Leomon in its name. As a result, the Leomon from the Allies episode can also give it a buff, though like most Digimon in the line, it has the same inheritable. Now we're moving into weird Digimon territory. Platinum Numamon is arguably one of the weakest stat lines for a level 6 Digimon, comparatively to Valkyriemon. That being said, its Digivolution can be 3 from a yellow or black Digimon, or you can ignore it altogether and Digivolve from a Digimon with Numamon or Munzemon in its name. On play and when Digivolving by trashing one card with Numamon in its name in your hand, gain 2 memory. This makes this Digimon in essence a 1-cost Digivolution. Additionally, on deletion you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon with Numemon or Munzemon in its name from your hand without paying the cost. Another strategy that could pay off with so many Digimon that have on-play effects. Then simply Digivolve up again. Wmon is the Digivolution of Wmon and has an on-play when Digivolving effect that reveals the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Then you get to delete any number of your opponent's Digimon with a total play cost less than or equal to the play cost of one of the revealed Digimon. Reveal an Omnimon, that's a lot of Digimon deleted. But if you reveal all option cards, nothing happens. Then like Wmon, you can return the revealed cards to the top or bottom of the deck, which can in some ways reorganize the cards in a way that would make your opponent's next turn less optimal. Goblymon is a simple support Digimon for Ogremon that on your turn once per turn, when a card is trashed from your hand by your effect, gain 1 memory. Fangmon, while it could have gone with Seekers, hasn't made an appearance up to where I'm at in the web novel. As a result, I'm putting him here for the time being. On play and when attacking, return 1 purple Digimon card with the Dark Animal trait from your trash to your hand. Then trash 1 card in your hand. This allows easy recycling with all of Lugumon's forms, but more on that in the next video. Skull Satamon makes yet another appearance with a when Digivolving and an on-play effect that trashes the top 2 cards of both players' deck. Your turn, once per turn when a card is trashed from your opponent's deck, gain 1 memory. This almost guarantees this Digimon's Digivolution cost to be 2, but I still wouldn't run this in a Beelzemon deck for the fact that Balmons have better mileage, and you already have so many ways to gain memory in combination with I Am Mako and your other Digimon. The last and final card for this set review video is Ghoulmon, a level 6 Digimon with a when attacking, when Digivolving effect, that once per turn for every 10 cards in your trash the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. It is also a Demon Lord, which makes it effective to some degree in even Beelzemon decks. When attacking once per turn, if your opponent has 10 or more cards in their trash, this Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. The most important element of this card is the when attacking effect. Arguably, who's superior? Creepymon or Ghoulmon? I do like that Ghoulmon's effect can trigger immediately when Digivolving, but is the necessity of playing a free body that important with Creepymon? Some major testing will have to be done for a purple milk deck. Generally speaking, my favorite cards of the miscellaneous cards is Gotsumon, because this is another added floodgate. But floodgates are so matchup dependent sometimes that they are less utilized. On top of that, low stat lines or levels, this makes them easily picked off. Which cards again did you like the most, and which ones, not so much? Let me know in the comments below, as tomorrow winds down to the final set review video for BT14 with Digimon Seekers. This is DIGI-PANDA, logging out.